This is going to be a bold take, but Denzel Washington's best movie is Virtuosity, and you can't change my mind because it's got the little things. Back for another review. This time we're reviewing The Little Things, which is written and directed by John Lee Hancock, who's done like The Blind Side and The Rookie. The Little Things stars Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, and Jared Leto. And Rami Malek and Denzel, they play detectives, but Denzel is a disgraced detective who has moved to a different county and is working there, whereas Rami is like the hot new kid on the scene. Denzel comes back to LA to help solve a crime, but he's off the books. He's on vacation. So it's your classic like noir type thing where he's not really a cop at the moment, but he is a cop technically because he works in another county, but he's taking vacation to help Rami Malek. And they suspect Jared Leto is the killer. And then there's a lot of things that unfold. And of course, Jared Leto is creepy in the movie. And he's got like a dead tooth, like right here, his tooth is dead. And it's kind of gross. And, you know, the movie is The Little Things. And it's a lot about the little things that are being missed or that are being said or the evidence. Here's the problem with the movie is it's too long. Like, you cut 30 minutes out of this, like the first 40 minutes of the movie, not a lot happens. They're trying to build up a lot of character for like Denzel's character Deke and Rami Malek. Long sequences of nothing really happening as Denzel looking forlorningly at something. And, you know, it's just quick little edits there here and there. That's a small gripe for the movie because the acting, we have 3 Oscar winners here, and they all do a really good job. It's not their best work for sure. There's an interrogation scene in the middle of the movie that is just so good, and I'm gonna have to go into spoilers because I want to talk about not only the interrogation scene, but I want to talk about the ending. The interrogation scene's really cool because Jared Leto's playing this character who's just sort of messing with the police at this point, and he's looking at some crime scene photos. Denzel comes in and he sits down, and you know, they talk previously about how this killer that they're tracking or trying to find is like sexually gratified just by the act of killing or, you know, mutilation. And so Denzel's character straight up grabs Jared Leto's crotch and he's like, "Oh, you got a hard on." It's cool that they did that because it explains why Denzel's character is like, everyone's got this weirdness with him, because we find out later why he's a disgraced detective. But at that moment, we just think he's a hard-nosed guy who maybe had killed someone previously, like a suspect or something. Him just like grabbing Jared Leto's junk and being like, "Oh, you've got a hard on." It's both hilarious, but at the same time, it built so much character between all 3 characters. And for a long time, it's Jared Leto messing with the police and sort of just like playing a cat and mouse game. There's a nice little chase sequence. The end of the movie, we find out, well, we don't really find out much actually, because Jared Leto drives Rami Malek out to the middle of nowhere, makes him dig graves for no reason, and we find out that Jared Leto's character has actually lied previously. He admitted to a murder that ended up just being him lying to the cops because I guess he wanted glory and fame, or he just wanted to be on TV or something. And Rami just kills him. He kills him with the shovel, and they don't know what to do. So Denzel's like, "I got a plan." They dig a hole and they put Jared Leto's character in there. The whole time, Rami Malek's character is trying to find a red beret that a runner who went missing had when she was reported missing. And so he was like obsessed with that red beret and finding it, to know that Albert Spama, Jared Leto's character, was the one who killed him. And he never finds it. He gets an envelope from Denzel Washington's character, and it's got the red beret in it. Lo and behold, Denzel just bought it at like a store. We don't find out who the killer is. We think it's Jared Leto's character just because he's creepy and he's got a dead tooth, but we don't know. We don't know who the killer is. And, you know, in some ways I respect that because it's more about what the cops are doing in this movie than it is actually about the killer, which is an interesting thing for a noir to do. Is it's not focused on the killer. It's focused on what these cops are doing and what they're willing to do to find their killer. If this got into a court case it would get thrown out because there's so much stuff that Denzel and Rami do that is not kosher at all. I would say I like it for the most part. I didn't like the first 40 minutes. It's just a long, dragged on sequence that could have been cut down, but the acting is amazing. The ending actually saves the movie. It makes, if I rewatched it, I'd probably actually like it more because there might be the little things. If I had to rate it, I'd give it 7 out of 10 barrettes. It's not the best work by these guys, but you know, it's better than The Blind Side. I tell you that right now. It's better than The Rookie. So John Lee Hancock, he clearly has found his niche, and that's crime thrillers. And I still stand by that Denzel's best movie is Virtuosity. And if you've never seen it, go watch it, and you'll just have a blast. It is his most hilarious movie that he's ever made. I don't know why I'm doing a stump speech for Virtuosity at the end of my Little Things review, but here we are. It's 2021, getting wild.
Un esercito di prodi